Have you ever noticed how some people age with strength, energy, and balance, while others start to feel their legs failing far too early? Perhaps you've even noticed a change in recent years, that feeling that your legs are no longer as steady, that your steps have become slower, that climbs seem more tiring. And often, the worst part isn't even the weakness itself, but the fear of losing your autonomy. After all, it starts with a small discomfort. One day, you realize that you get up from the chair with more effort. Then, you notice that you need support to climb a higher step. Over time, walking long distances no longer seems as natural as before. And before you know it, the insecurity starts to creep in. Are my legs getting weak? If this sounds familiar to you, know that this loss of strength is not a sentence of age. What no one tells you is that there is a set of lesser-known but extremely powerful vitamins and nutrients that can completely change the health of your legs. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. And no, I'm not talking about calcium, vitamin D, or magnesium. Everyone already knows those. Today, I want to introduce you to 5 vitamins that most people have never heard of, but which could be the key to regaining your strength, balance, and endurance. And I say this because I've seen it happen many times. People who thought that weakness was irreversible, that age was taking its toll, but who, by adjusting their nutrition and addressing these deficiencies, were able to walk with more firmness, climb stairs without hesitation, and felt that their legs were back in control. Because the truth is, the body responds to what we give it. If the right nutrients are lacking, muscles weaken, bones lose density, and nerves stop functioning as they should. And the good news is that this can be reversed with the right choices. So, before anything else, stop and think. Have you noticed any change in the strength of your legs in recent years? Have you felt more tired when walking? Any new difficulty that has appeared and bothers you in your daily life? If so, stay with me, because this video can change the way you see the problem. Many people believe that losing strength in the legs is something natural with age, as if it were an inevitable process. But what if I told you it's not quite like that? Time does pass, but the body only weakens when it doesn't receive what it needs to stay strong. The problem is not aging itself, but the way it happens. Now, think with me. What makes a house collapse over time? It's not simply the passing of years, but rather the lack of maintenance. The roof can last for decades, but if it's not reinforced, it starts to give way. The walls can remain sturdy for many years, but if the material is not adequate, they crack. The same thing happens with the body. What really causes the loss of strength and balance is not just age, but the absence of the right nutrients to keep bones, muscles, and nerves functioning fully. And that's where many people make mistakes without realizing it. They try to solve the problem the wrong way and don't understand why their legs remain weak and unstable. The first mistake is thinking that physical exercise alone is enough. Yes, movement is essential, but how many people do you know who walk every day and yet still feel their legs heavy and tired? This happens because the muscle doesn't just get stronger with movement. It needs fuel, it needs to be nourished correctly so that the stimuli from exercise really take effect. The second mistake is believing that calcium and vitamin D are sufficient. Although these two are essential for bones, they don't do everything on their own. Muscles need energy to contract and relax without fatigue. The nerves need specific nutrients to maintain quick reflexes and avoid weakness. The joints need flexibility to withstand the impact of daily life. In other words, strengthening the legs goes far beyond just calcium and vitamin D. And the third mistake, perhaps the most dangerous of all, is thinking that this weakness is part of aging and not seeking a solution. Many people feel that their legs are no longer the same, notice that their balance is not as good, but simply accept this as something natural. The problem is that the longer it goes without action, the harder it becomes to regain strength and mobility. The good news is that this can be changed. The human body has an incredible capacity for regeneration. If you give it the right nutrients, muscles can become stronger, bones can become more resistant, and nerves can work more efficiently, bringing more firmness and security to walking. That's exactly what we're going to do now. Now that you know why your legs lose strength over time and the most common mistakes that may be preventing your recovery, it's time to take action. I'm going to show you 5 little-known vitamins, but ones that can transform the way your legs function, increasing your strength, balance, and endurance. Shall we start with the first one? Vitamin K2, the key to strong bones and healthy circulation. If there's one thing that almost no one talks about, but that can transform the health of your legs, it's vitamin K2. Have you heard of it? Probably not, and that's precisely why so many people suffer from fragile bones and poor circulation without even realizing the cause. Most people know vitamin K1, which is present in vegetables and helps with blood clotting. But what few people know is that vitamin K2 has a very different and essential role in keeping your legs strong and healthy. It is responsible for something that seems simple but makes all the difference, directing calcium to the bones and preventing it from accumulating in the wrong places. Now think with me. If you consume calcium but don't have enough vitamin K2, your body doesn't know exactly where to put that calcium. What happens? Some of it goes to the bones, yes, but some can be deposited in the arteries, making the vessels stiffer and impairing circulation. And when blood doesn't circulate well, your legs start to feel the effects. Feeling of heaviness, numbness, weakness when walking. All of this can be linked to a lack of this vitamin. In addition, without K2, the bones cannot absorb all the calcium they need, and over time, they will lose density, becoming more fragile and prone to fractures. In other words, on one side we have muscle weakness caused by poor circulation, and on the other, the risk of brittle bones that can lead to serious falls. All because an essential nutrient was overlooked. But the good news is that correcting this is much simpler than it seems. Vitamin K2 is present in some easy-to-find foods and can be incorporated into your daily routine. The best are aged cheeses, egg yolks, chicken liver, and a Japanese food called natto, which is one of the richest sources of this vitamin. For those who don't like liver or don't eat cheese regularly, supplementation can be an effective alternative, but always with professional guidance. If you feel that your legs are weaker, that your walking endurance has decreased, or that your circulation is not as it once was, consider this possibility. A lack of vitamin K2 may be preventing your body from using calcium correctly, impairing both your bones and muscles. Small adjustments in your diet can bring great results. Now that you know how vitamin K2 can transform your legs, let's move on to the next essential nutrient that many people overlook. Choline, the essential nutrient for active nerves and muscles. Few people talk about it, but choline can be a real game changer for those who want to keep their legs steady and their movements precise. This nutrient has a very special function in the body. It is responsible for ensuring that muscles and nerves can communicate correctly. Have you noticed that as the years go by, reflexes seem slower? That sometimes your legs don't respond as quickly as before? This happens because without enough choline, the signals the brain sends to the muscles become weaker and movements lose some of their firmness. It's like a phone with a dying battery. The connection fails, and the response doesn't arrive as it should. Another important detail is that choline helps prevent muscle mass loss. Over time, it's natural for muscles to get a little smaller, but when this loss happens too quickly, the body starts to feel the consequences. Having a good supply of choline helps muscles regenerate better, ensuring they remain strong and active for longer. The best part? It's easy to find this nutrient in common and tasty foods. Eggs are one of the best sources of choline, and nothing fancy is needed. A simple omelet at breakfast makes all the difference. Fish like salmon and cod are also great options, as well as lean meats, chicken liver, and milk. For those who don't eat meat, you can get choline from foods like peanuts, soy, and cauliflower. And for those who want to include more choline in their diet without making major changes to their routine, there are easy and accessible options. For breakfast, for example, an omelet made with 2 eggs, spinach, and a little cheese ensures a good dose of this nutrient early on, bringing energy for the day. If you feel hungry between meals, a handful of peanuts or a natural yogurt with nuts are practical snacks that help maintain choline levels without much preparation. For lunch or dinner, including a grilled fish fillet accompanied by broccoli or cauliflower is an excellent choice for those who want to strengthen their legs naturally. And for those who like something different, a homemade chicken liver pâté with onions and herbs can be a nutritious and tasty alternative to spread on bread or toast. Small adjustments like these make all the difference and help ensure that the body has the right nutrients to keep muscles active and movements firm. If you feel that your legs get tired easily, that they sometimes seem heavy or even swollen after sitting or standing for a long time, it may be that your circulation is not working as it should. And that's where vitamin B3, also known as niacin, comes in, an essential nutrient that improves blood flow and ensures that the leg muscles receive enough oxygen and energy to function well throughout the day. Circulation is one of the most important factors in keeping legs healthy. When blood does not circulate well, muscles suffer, nerves become less responsive, and that feeling of heaviness and fatigue appears. Niacin helps dilate blood vessels, allowing blood to flow better, carrying nutrients and oxygen to all parts of the body, especially the extremities. This means that your legs will work more efficiently, reducing discomfort and the feeling of tiredness. In addition, vitamin B3 also plays an important role in energy production. Without it, the body cannot efficiently convert food into fuel, which can result in generalized fatigue. That's why many people who suffer from lack of energy and difficulty walking long distances can benefit from ensuring adequate levels of this vitamin. And there's more. Niacin also helps maintain balanced cholesterol levels, protecting blood vessels from plaque buildup that can further hinder circulation. But where to find this nutrient? Fortunately, vitamin B3 is present in various everyday foods. Lean meats like chicken and fish are excellent sources, as are eggs, peanuts, mushrooms, avocados, and whole grains like rice and oats. For those who prefer vegetable options, lentils and sunflower seeds also offer good amounts of this vitamin. And to make it even easier to include in your daily routine, some simple combinations can ensure you consume more niacin without having to completely change your routine. For breakfast, a good alternative is to prepare an oatmeal porridge with banana slices or a natural yogurt with chopped peanuts, guaranteeing a good dose of energy early on. For lunch or dinner, a grilled chicken fillet accompanied by brown rice and a portion of sautéed mushrooms offers a balanced meal rich in vitamin B3. For a quick snack, a slice of avocado with whole grain bread or a handful of sunflower seeds are easy options that help keep your blood flow up to date. Small adjustments to your diet make all the difference. If your legs often feel tired, if you feel you don't have the same energy to walk as before, or if you notice some swelling at the end of the day, it could be a sign that your body needs more vitamin B3. Improving circulation not only relieves discomfort, but ensures that your muscles, joints, and nerves continue to function well for many years. Let's move on to the next vitamin, which also plays a crucial role in strengthening muscles and mobility. Silicon, the nutrient that keeps bones, joints, and connective tissues strong. When we talk about keeping the body strong and healthy as we age, few people think about silicon. This essential nutrient is one of the major contributors to tissue firmness, bone strength, and joint integrity, but it rarely receives the attention it deserves. Silicon is a fundamental mineral for the production of collagen, that protein that provides support to muscles, cartilage, and even skin. If silicon levels are low, collagen also decreases, and that's when problems start. Joints become stiffer, bones lose strength, and even muscles can become more vulnerable to minor impacts from everyday life. This mineral also plays an essential role in the absorption of calcium by bones. Many people think that simply consuming calcium is enough to strengthen the bone structure, but without sufficient silicon, this calcium is not well utilized and can end up being deposited in the wrong places, such as in the joints, causing discomfort and even inflammation. That's why some people, even taking calcium supplements, continue to experience knee wear or lack of flexibility in their movements. And there's more. Silicon also improves the strength of tendons and ligaments, which helps prevent pain and that feeling of stiffness when moving. With it, connective tissues remain more elastic and resistant, allowing the body to continue functioning more efficiently. Now, for the practical part, where to find silicon in food. This mineral is mainly present in vegetables, whole grains, and some seeds, and it only takes small changes in routine to ensure adequate consumption. Foods like oats, brown rice, bananas, sweet potatoes, and cucumbers are good natural sources of silicon. Furthermore, horsetail tea is one of the richest sources of this nutrient and can be consumed regularly to aid in tissue regeneration. To incorporate more silicon into your daily routine, some simple combinations can help. A breakfast fortified with an oatmeal and banana porridge already provides a considerable dose of this mineral. For lunch or dinner, opting for a dish with brown rice, broccoli, and a serving of sweet potato can contribute to keeping bones and joints well nourished. For those who enjoy teas, drinking horsetail tea in the afternoon is an easy and natural way to boost silicon levels in the body. Maintaining healthy body tissues is not just a matter of strength, but also of flexibility and protection against natural wear and tear. Small adjustments in your diet can make a big difference, ensuring greater elasticity for your joints, stronger bones, and smoother movements over the years. Before we move on to the next vitamin, I want to give you an important message. In the link in the description and also in the pinned comment, you'll find a complete material with more tips to strengthen not only your legs, but your entire body naturally. In it, you'll discover powerful foods, simple exercises, and habits that have already helped many people regain strength, balance, and energy in their daily lives. So, when you're done watching the video, don't forget to check out this content. I'm sure it can make a big difference for you. L-Carnitine, the nutrient that gives your muscles energy to stay strong. Many people believe that lack of energy and endurance comes only with age, but there is an important factor that almost no one considers: the energy that the body can produce. And that's where L-Carnitine comes in, an essential nutrient that helps muscles use fat as fuel, ensuring more endurance, less fatigue, and more efficient recovery after physical exertion. L-Carnitine acts like a transporter within the body. Its main function is to carry fatty acids into the mitochondria, which are the small energy powerhouses of cells. This means that when there are adequate levels of this nutrient, the body can convert fat into energy more efficiently, allowing muscles to work for longer without quickly tiring. This effect is essential for those who feel they no longer have the same stamina to walk long distances, for those who get tired quickly when climbing stairs, or even for those who feel their muscles become heavy after minimal effort. L-Carnitine improves this process, ensuring that the body better utilizes available resources and avoiding that feeling of weakness without apparent reason. Additionally, this nutrient plays an important role in muscle recovery. After any physical activity, even a simple walk, muscles need to repair themselves to remain strong. L-Carnitine reduces the buildup of lactic acid, which causes the burning sensation in muscles after exertion and accelerates the regeneration of muscle fibers. This means that muscles not only tire less, but also recover faster. The good news is that this nutrient can be found in common foods. The best natural sources of L-carnitine are lean red meats, chicken, fish like cod and salmon, as well as dairy products like yogurt and cottage cheese. For those who consume less animal protein, some plant sources, such as avocado and asparagus, also contain small amounts of this nutrient, albeit in lower concentrations. And including more L-carnitine in your diet is simple. For breakfast, a natural yogurt with nuts and a piece of cheese can help maintain balanced levels throughout the day. For lunch or dinner, a plate with grilled fish or chicken fillet, accompanied by cooked vegetables, ensures good support for muscle energy. For a nutritious snack, an avocado smoothie with milk can be a practical and delicious option. Having more energy and muscle endurance doesn't just mean avoiding fatigue, but ensuring that muscles remain active and ready for any challenge. L-carnitine can be a great ally to maintain a more dynamic lifestyle, allowing the body to better utilize the resources it already has and function as efficiently as possible. Now that all the vitamins have been presented, it's time to understand how to apply this knowledge in a practical way in your daily life. Small changes in your diet can make a big difference in strength, endurance, and overall well-being. These were the 5 vitamins that can make all the difference for you to remain strong, active, and energized to enjoy each day without limitations. The most incredible thing is that small adjustments in your diet can already bring visible results, helping your muscles, bones, and joints work in your favor. Now tell me in the comments, do you already consume any of these vitamins? Is there one you plan to include more in your daily life? I really want to know. If this video helped you, share it with your loved ones, because everyone deserves to have more strength and energy to live well. And before you leave, subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and turn on notifications, because here I always bring valuable tips to help you have better health and quality of life. See you in the next video.